Experts will tell you the same thing. Get your credit score as high as possible. Experian 800, Equifax 800, and sure, a higher score is always better, but here's what is actually important. There is a specific number that unlocks business credit at the highest level banks. Not 800, not even 750. And most business owners are either below it or so far above it that they've wasted years chasing a number that they didn't need to hit. Today, I'm going to tell you exactly what that number is, why it works, and what to do the moment you hit it. This is one of the most practical things you'll hear about business funding all year. Most people treat their credit score like a vague goal. Get it higher. They're not sure what good enough actually means. They just know that higher is better and lower is bad. So they spend years paying down debt, adding accounts, being conservative, all chasing an abstract number without understanding what it unlocks at each threshold. Meanwhile, they're having real funding opportunities on the table. They're not applying for business credit card accounts because they don't feel funding ready, or they've been told they need a perfect score, 800 or above. That waiting is costing them. Every month they delay is a month without working capital, without leverage, without the fuel their business actually needs. But here's the reality. Banks do not have one threshold. They have tiers. Below 500, high risk, very difficult to get any meaningful credit whatsoever. 500 to 630 is the subprime range. Some capital you're able to get approved for, but at terrible rates, small limits, and really things you don't want to get approved for. Between 630 and 680, this is the gray zone, and it's heavily scrutinized, starting at just low limits. 680 and above, this is the inflection point. Tier 1 banks like Chase, American Express, Bank of America, and Citi start treating you as a qualified applicant. Approval odds change significantly. Starting limits change. Maybe not just 2,000 or 5,000, but you can get much higher limits than that. And 700 and above, higher limits and more lenders. But once you're at 720 and above, then you start getting the top tier offers. But here's the key insight. Getting from 680 to 720 is not a hard thing to do. Usually just a few tweaks if you know exactly what to do. And the difference between 720 and 750 is actually a very small difference from a business credit standpoint. You're at a 720, you're at a great spot. You do not need to obsess of getting to 780 or 800 before you start applying. If you're at a 680, you're in the game because you can quite easily jump that to a 720. When I first started learning the credit strategy, I was stuck in the more is always better mindset. Whether it be balances to pay down, there's different strategies where you can get a personal loan to pay down credit card debt. Maybe it's an old late payment. You can go through credit repair, get that late payment or collection removed. If you need help on that, we have a service down below. There's many things you can tweak on your credit report to boost yourself from that 680 to that 720. It's usually a good spot to start at. When I first started learning the credit strategy, I thought I needed that 800 before I could get access to real capital. So I waited. I paid down debt that I didn't need to. Then I started talking to actual underwriters and learning actual information. I talked to high-level bankers and understood what these underwriters are looking for. It's a very specific criteria, and a lot of people don't understand what that criteria is. So I realized the game is about much more than just a score. It's about a profile. It's about a full optimization on everything the underwriters are looking for. It's about hitting specific thresholds and knowing what each one unlocks. The 720 threshold for tier 1 business credit is one of the most powerful and most under-discussed numbers in the personal finance game. It's the line between not ready and qualified. If your FICO score is below 720, your job right now is not to apply for business credit. Your job is to optimize your personal credit profile until you can cross that threshold. If your FICO scores is at or above 720, you may already be qualified to access between $50,000 and $250,000 in zero interest credit, business credit, through the credit stacking strategy. There's a big difference between those two situations, and knowing which one you're in changes everything about your next move. Payment history is 35% of your FICO score. Utilization is 30%. So together, that's 65% of your FICO score. Those two are the two highest impact levers to pull on your credit. For utilization, you want to be under 30% on each card, on each account, not just an average. If one card is at 80% and another is at 0%, that 80% card is still hurting you quite a bit. The fastest fix is to pay these balances down before your statement closes, before that statement statement closing date, not your due date. So maybe this is a little bit early. Your reported utilization drops immediately once that bank reports that balance to the credit bureaus, and this happens on a monthly basis. If you need help paying down the utilization, you can always get a personal loan to pay down the credit card balance. So this increases your debt to income ratio through this strategy, but this is far superior than having high utilization. On payment history, one late payment can drop your score 60 to 100 points. So dispute them. The bureaus have 30 days to investigate late payments or collections, etc., anything that you dispute. And oftentimes, through effective credit repair strategies, it can be quite easy and cost-effective to get late payments and or collections removed from your personal credit report. So if you by chance need help with this, if you have negative payment history and you want to get it cleaned up, I have a link down below. We have a credit repair service. It's done for you. That link is down below. Regarding credit accounts, if you have fewer than 4 or 5 credit accounts reporting, then consider adding another personal credit card. But not just any personal credit card, a high-tier, high-limit personal credit card. Okay, these would be from the top 4 tier 1 banks, such as Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, or Citi. Chase personal credit cards are my favorite since they like to give out high limits, and you would also be building a credit relationship with a bank that has great 0% interest business credit cards. And diversifying your credit relationships is key too. If you already have a personal credit card or credit cards at Chase, then diversify by getting one, maybe one at Bank of America and or one at Wells Fargo. For the credit mix of your credit report, which is 10% of your score, having both installment loans and revolving credit, like credit cards, strengthen your profile's diversity. So before applying for any business credit, run through this checklist before, some of the things I've mentioned and some of these next things as well. So FICO score 720 plus, utilization under 30%, fewer than 3 hard inquiries in the last 6 months, at least on a per bureau basis. No more than 3 hard inquiries on a per bureau basis. And I want you to have strong enough accounts reporting to your personal credit profile. And then of course, you need to have an LLC or a corporation with an EIN. Once these things are complete, you become attractive to the underwriters and getting ideal approvals and hitting higher limits. And then another thing to add, once you have that LLC open, you want to start building your banking relationships with some of these key banks. I first would make sure you have a business checking account at Chase Bank. The next bank I would have a business checking account at would be Wells Fargo. Okay, I would focus on those 2 banks, on having bank accounts at, business checking accounts at, and then if and when your business has revenue, I want you to open up a business checking account at Bank of America, because Bank of America really appreciates and really values business revenue that they can see. If you don't have business revenue yet, that's totally fine. Just focus on business checking accounts at Chase number 1 and Wells Fargo number 2. So once these things are complete, you become attractive to the underwriters, and getting ideal approvals and high limits becomes your reality. If you want to learn about our done-for-you funding service, which can help you on average get $80,000 at 0% interest for 7 to 18 months, then I want you to click that link down below to see if you qualify. If not, I'll see you in the next video. Regardless, pull your FICO score today. myfico.com, not your Credit Karma. Okay, if you're under a 680, I've linked down below a link to our credit repair service. If you need late payments, collections, anything like that removed, click that link down below and we can help you through that credit repair done for you service. With that being said, I hope you got some good value from today's video. If you did, feel free to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I'll see you in the next. We have a lot more coming.